because that's really toxic and that's behavior we don't like in 2020. You don't have to rely on someone else to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Everyone has a different love language, and when you're 19, life is weird. I've been influenced by the 16-year-old girls of TikTok, even though there's actually only one person who's ever bought me flowers. I'm gonna try and make it a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. Being your own biggest fan is not narcissistic. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are we? Happy pre-Valentine's Day. I look adorable with my headband. Don't even try to tell me any different. And my sparkly top. So today is the day before Valentine's Day. Well, it's not now, but it will be when you're watching this. And I wanted to do a Valentine's Day inspired look whilst talking about all things love, all things self-love, mostly, to be honest. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about Valentine's Day. You might think it's a Hallmark holiday, you might think it's a consumerist holiday, you might think, why would I celebrate Valentine's Day when people are just using it to make money? You should show someone you love them every other day of the year. Why would I only pick one day? Yada yada yada. I know what you're gonna say, I know what you're thinking, but that's not what this video is about. This video isn't about, you know, celebrating the consumerism of Valentine's Day. This isn't about pressuring you into buying something to show someone you love them. This isn't about any of that. This is about, in this video, we're going to talk about self-love, self-respect, and basically how if you don't love yourself and respect yourself, then you can't expect anyone else to. God, I wanted to be cute and wear this hairband, but to be honest, my head is very big and this is squeezing it and I will end up with a migraine. Bye. So I am going to be using a lot of things today from the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk collection, just because it's such a beautiful collection. The eyeshadow palette gives me real Valentine's Day vibes, to be honest. So to start off, I'm going to be going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, because if you haven't seen my video on it, then you won't know that I love this stuff. This will make my skin go a little red when I'm rubbing it in. I have high colour on my face, so when I touch it, it goes red. I have always, since I can remember, I'm pretty sure if I scroll back on my Instagram, I can find a post, which I'm actually going to try and do now. So I always buy myself a Valentine's present every single year, whether I'm single or in a relationship, it doesn't matter. I buy myself a Valentine's present every year, and I'm pretty sure like years and years ago on Instagram I posted one of these presents, so I'm gonna try, unless I deleted it. I remember it was like a book and a lipstick and something else. This was years ago when you put like anything on your Instagram feed. I found it! I found the post. I'm literally gonna put it on the screen now. So on the 14th of February 2014, so 6 years ago, I bought myself, this is brilliant, so I bought myself the book Looking for Alaska by John Green, the book The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Clearly I was a fiction gal then, I'm definitely a non-fiction gal now. I bought myself The Benefit Professional. I bought myself two mini Bourjois smoky eye palettes, and I bought myself an Essence mascara. And the caption is, as you can see on the screen, "Dear Rebecca, happy Valentine's Day. You're amazing. Love from your one and only Rebecca." Then it goes, "She knows me too well." Hashtag Valentine's, hashtag present for myself, hashtag John Green, hashtag makeup, hashtag benefit, hashtag flowers, bourgeois, hashtag who needs flowers. So yes, I'm not lying when I say I have bought myself a Valentine's present every year. I always go out of my way to do it. I don't have pictures of all of them, unfortunately, and I'm gonna tell you why now. But first I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This foundation is a teeny tiny bit dark for me, and I'm also coming to the very end of it, hence why I'm doing this, but I really want to use it. So yes, I buy myself a Valentine's present every year. I have done it for years, and the reason I do it is because I have been always taught from a very young age. My nan, my mom's mom, always said when I was growing up, I love myself and I love my life, and you have to love yourself. And like, her quote was always about loving yourself. And when I was younger, I laughed, because it sounds funny when you're young, like someone being like, I love myself and I love my life, and you're like, okay, calm down, like, bit narcissistic. It's not narcissistic. Like, loving yourself is not narcissistic. Being your own biggest fan is not narcissistic. You have to love yourself and respect yourself before you can love and respect anyone else. And if you don't love and respect yourself, how do you expect someone else to love and respect you? It's very important. Like, you can show yourself love in so many ways. Like, going to the gym would be a form of self-love. Reading books would be a form of self-love. Not working at a job you hate would be a form of self-love. Standing up for yourself when you feel like you've been wronged is a form of self-love. You know, there's loads of different forms of self-love, and like loads of different ways you can love yourself and show yourself the love and respect you deserve. Because I feel like sometimes we got so busy and so lost in our own lives and trying to do everything for everyone else that we forget to put ourselves first. We do things for people that we'd never do for ourselves, you know? And I think it's very important this Valentine's Day to kind of reflect and be like, have I been loving myself lately? Have I been taking care of myself lately? Would I talk to someone else the way I've been talking to myself lately? Would I do things that I've done for other people for myself? And a lot of the time the answer is no, especially if you're not self-aware. If you go through life not kind of thinking about what you're doing every day and you're just going through the motions. Next up, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Way concealer. We are using a lot of concealer today. It's a life choice I've made. It's a decision I've made, and I'm sticking by it, okay? Think to yourself right now, what have I done recently to show myself love? It could be something as small as writing out a list of goals that you want to achieve. I'm going to set my concealer with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I'm going to try and make it a full face of Charlotte Tilbury, I've just decided. Because I've wanted to do that video for a while. So why not blend this into that? Yeah, I didn't want to just do like a Valentine's Day look, you know, without any context. Like, I really want to talk about the value of loving yourself and the value of valuing yourself and the value of respecting yourself. And I feel like when you love yourself and you know your worth and you know your value, that you can find it a lot easier to command that respect. Staying hydrated is a form of self-love, I'm not even lying. I don't have a Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Okay, I'm just gonna use an Urban Decay bronzer, but other than that, it's gonna be like more or less full face Charlotte Tilbury, okay? So yeah, growing up, you know, we see Valentine's Day in movies, we see Valentine's Day, it's everywhere. Like, people are saying flowers, people are like, happy Valentine's Day. When you're a child, people are like, oh, who's your Valentine? It's everywhere. And I basically just decided, I was like, well, I love myself and I respect myself, so why can't I buy myself a present? Gift giving is definitely one of my love languages. It's not that I'm materialistic, but I just value, like, say if I go to the shop and I might get my boyfriend like his favorite bag of potatoes, or like, do you know, little things like that. It's just my love language. Gift giving is like, do you know, when you do the love language test, it comes up high for me. I was like, why should I depend on a man to give me a gift for Valentine's Day? Like, why can't I buy myself a gift? Why can't I treat myself? Everyone is talking about love, but no one's talking about the self-love that you need to have to really commit to loving someone else. So that's kind of where it all started. And I think, I don't know, was that the first year I did it? It could have been, actually, because I took the Instagram photo and like put it up on my Instagram. So maybe that was the first year I did it. That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? Ever since that year, or for as long as I can remember, I buy myself a Valentine's present. Okay, I'm gonna use the dark brown shade called Date from the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette. So it's this dark brown shade here. It might be a bit light for my brows, or it might work. So I'm gonna try it first, and then if it's a bit too ready toned, we can try something else. No, it's good. I love flowers. I absolutely love flowers. Like, anytime I have got flowers off someone, even though there's actually only one person who's ever bought me flowers, well, and my dad, but anytime my ex who bought me flowers would buy me flowers, I'm not messing, I would like mind them so much. Like, flowers he bought me lasted like 3 weeks as well. I don't know where he was getting his flowers, or like what he was doing, or like what kind of flowers they were, but they always lasted so long, or else I just made sure they lasted so long. If I wanted to buy myself flowers on Valentine's Day, I would. Flowers are a little expensive though, so you know, sometimes I like to buy myself more things than just flowers. This year I'm gonna buy myself, no, why does Siri think I'm talking to her?
Okay, I created a note. Why does Siri think I'm talking to her?
Siri created a note saying, why does Siri think I'm talking to her? I'm not even lying. She literally just created this note. Sorry. What? I think my Siri is broken. I think when you truly love yourself, I'm gonna do blusher now before we move on. So I'm using the Pillow Talk Cheek to Chic Intense from the Pillow Talk collection. So this is what it looks like. It is so pretty. It's like a deeper toned blush, but I really like it. And it has that like highlighty bit in it. Like, how stunning is that? It's really intense. It's actually the shade Intense, which makes sense as to why it's intense. And I've been putting my blush up really high recently. I don't know, I just like how it looks, and I always put a little bit on my nose because I've been influenced by the 16-year-old girls of TikTok, okay? Leave me alone. In the Charlotte Tilbury palette that I'm using, there's like, there's like 4 sections. So there's Day, Desk, Date, and Dream. You could use the Day section, the Desk section, the Date, or the Dream, but I'm gonna mix and match from all. I'm going in with the matte pink shade from the Day section. So, as I was saying, I think, in my opinion, if you truly love yourself, and if you truly respect yourself, that no one else's opinion of you matters. Mic drop. Some of you might be looking at me now being like, Rekha, I love myself, but like I'm still get insecure sometimes, or blah blah blah. I'm not saying that you don't love yourself. If you like let other people's opinions or stuff affect you, but I feel like when you actually get to that place of 100% self-love, that you don't let other people's opinions affect you. You don't put yourself in a position where you are hurt by people, or that you feel vulnerable to people or any of that, because you have such a high respect for yourself and such a high view of yourself that it doesn't really matter what anyone else says or thinks about you, because you know deep down in the root of your core that you love yourself. So no one else's opinion matters. Does that make sense? Are you still with me? Or did I lose like half of you by that statement? I think it makes sense though. Like, if you truly love yourself and if you truly, you know, are your own biggest fan, which I have been called many times. So many people are like, Rebecca, please teach me how to be my own biggest fan, because I feel like you've got that down. And to be honest, I do, but you know, it takes a lot. It takes some growing pains, and it takes a lot of life experience, I guess, and a lot of things happening in your life, and a lot of self-awareness. I think 2020 is like my year for self-awareness. Well, 2019 and 2020, last year. But I really, honestly, I'm still using that pink shade first of all. And I'm using the pink shade from the shade Desk. Every time I talk about my makeup, I lose where I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I'm so self-aware because, and I credit that to the books I read, the podcasts I listen to. Every day I will listen to at least one podcast episode from people. Like, my top 3 favorite at the moment are Gary Vee, Oprah and Jay Shetty. Favorites. So every day I will listen to a podcast episode. Every day I'll read a non-fiction book. So I have some in front of me right now. Atomic Habits is a really good one. The Chimp Paradox is a really good one. The Power of Now, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. James Smith's Not a Diet book is actually a really good one. When you get to that place of being so self-aware and so self-assured, because I think self-assurance and self-awareness are like the key to unlocking self-love. I'm dropping truth bombs today, aren't I? So I basically used 2 pink shades so far. I want to go for a really nice, cute, romantic Valentine's vibe. Now I'm going in with a brown shade just to deepen out the corner. Loving yourself isn't easy, and coming to terms, and like, everyone's always growing. Like, I don't think it happened. You can't just wake up one morning and be like, yeah, I love myself. That's it. Like, that's done. Like, yes, you can, and you can make that decision every day to make choices that reflect that. But I think it does take work, and it does take time, and it does take realizing that you want that to be a priority in your life, you know? Some people don't prioritize themselves, and if you don't prioritize yourself, you don't love yourself. I know everyone has different situations. Some people might have children who they have to put first as opposed to themselves, but I think at the end of the day, you can always do one thing for yourself every day. One thing. It could be getting up 10 minutes earlier and reading 10 pages of a book. It could be making 30 minutes in the day to go to the gym. It could be, instead of binge watching TV in the evening, doing something for yourself that's genuinely productive. It comes in so many different shapes and sizes and forms, but once you make the active choice, I think you literally won't go back. Okay, now I'm getting the, which I'm very excited to use because I actually haven't reused it yet. So it's the Charlotte Tilbury palette of Pops, and I'm gonna go in with the pinky shade. I'm gonna put that on my eyelid. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at that. I want to do like a really pretty romantic eyeshadow look. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of what I'm saying. Like, do you practice self-love? After watching this video, do you think I should probably be nicer to myself? I should talk to myself nicer? I should do nicer things for myself? I want to love myself. You know, it's not easy, and I'm not saying it is easy, Oh, I'm gonna go in with the shade from the day now and just put that in the inner corner. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm not saying it is easy, but I am saying it's worth it. And yes, that sounds cliche, but that's because it is, you know. And you don't have to buy yourself a Valentine's Day present to show yourself you love yourself. Like, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm trying to put out there. Like, you can do whatever you want for yourself. Like, whatever your love language is, do that for yourself. If your love language is words of affirmation, then say some words of affirmation to yourself. If your love language is quality time, then spend some quality time with yourself, you know. If your love language is acts of service, then do something to benefit yourself, you know. There's so many things you can do and so many ways you can show yourself that you love yourself. Just because I buy myself a Valentine's present every year doesn't mean you have to. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, me buying myself a Valentine's Day present every year is a way that I show myself I love myself. Obviously I do multiple things daily, but that is just a tradition I started with myself and something I will do forever. Whether I'm married, engaged, have a boyfriend, whatever I'm doing, whatever my situation is, I will always make sure that I buy myself something for Valentine's Day, because I started that tradition with myself 6 years ago, which means I was 19. And when you're 19, life is weird. You know, you're a teenager, you have hormones, you're just out of school, you might be still in school, you might be in college, you might be like, what the fuck is going on? Where am I going in my life? And it's a weird time. Before I continue talking, I'm gonna wet my brush a bit and just take that same pink shade from the palette of Pops, just to intensify it a little bit, you know, just to really make it pop, if you will. But yeah, I started that trend when I was 19. Life is weird when you're 19. And I want to respect my 19-year-old self, you know. She started this trend and I'm going to continue it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pop on a bit of mascara. I actually don't have Charlotte Tilbury mascara, so I'm gonna use my nude one. But we are going to put on some corner lashes. So cute. I actually love these eyes. They're very cute, very Valentine's Day, very iconic. There is a Pillow Talk eyeliner in this collection, but it's very... Actually, it's not as pink as I thought it was. I thought it was... It's kind of on the pink side, but I just put it in the outer corner of my eyes. So now we're going to move on to lips, and I'm using the Pillow Talk Lip Cheat in the shade 3 Intense. So this is kind of dark, but bear with me. When I put it on, it looks really, really dark, but when I put the lipstick over top, it actually looks fine. And I really like it because it really helps reshape my lips. The star of the show, the original iconic Pillow Talk lipstick. So I have the original one, which is well loved. And then there's 2 more shades in the collection. So there is the Pillow Talk Intense and the Pillow Talk Medium. So I'm gonna mix them. So I'm gonna go in with the Intense one first. So that is how it goes on first. This is like the Pillow Talk Intense. So it's obviously a very intense shade. And then we have the Pillow Talk Medium. So then I put the Pillow Talk Original over the top. And see how they just mix together and make a really pretty color. I've been loving using all 3. And then over that, I use the Pillow Talk Lip Luster. Brings it to a nude that I really like. And then I'm just gonna lighten the center of my lips, just to make my lips look a little bigger with some foundation. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bear with me, this is going to look good. And now, over that, I'm using the new Pillow Talk Collagen Lip Bath. One of my favourite items from the collection, if I'm honest. Look at that lip shade. Literally, when people ask me, oh, what lipstick are you wearing? It's like, one lip liner, 3 lipsticks, a lip gloss, and a collagen lip bath with a bit of foundation in there. Don't forget the foundation. But yes, so this is what you get when you mix them all, which I actually love doing, which is very extra of me. But if you can't be extra on Valentine's Day, then when can you be extra, my friends? Okay, I'm gonna pop on the lashes and I will be back to you. So I just put on lashes. They're little corner lashes. They're actually stunning. They're the Charlotte Tilbury Red Carpet Lash corner lashes. I'll link them down below, but I love them. I love them. I love just adding them onto my eyes because it gives me like a vibe without, like, it literally doesn't even feel like I'm wearing lashes. I just really, really like them. Can you see? Like, look at them. Also, this lip color that I invented is stunning and makes my lips look way bigger than they are. First of all, if you're in a relationship with a man or a woman or a person and you have massive expectations for Valentine's Day that your partner is not aware of, they're not a mind reader, and you shouldn't put massive expectations onto someone when they don't have a clue what you like, especially if it's your first year in a relationship. You know, everyone, as I already said, everyone has a different love language. Everyone shows love differently, and I think it is very unfair to expect someone, you know, to do a certain thing, to book a dinner, or you don't like dinners, or to know all these things if you've never had a discussion about it. So just bear that in mind, you know, you can't be selfish, you can't expect someone to know things about you that you've never told them. Nobody's a mind reader. So that's the first thing. Also, you are old enough and bold enough and big enough to treat yourself for Valentine's Day, you know. You don't have to rely on someone else to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. You can treat yourself that way. You don't need someone else to. I feel like putting on lip gloss after I said that was just sassy. Also, another thing, if you don't have someone in your life at the moment that you're in love with or that you're involved with, that is absolutely fine. You can love yourself. There is nothing wrong with you. You shouldn't define yourself by whether or not you are in a relationship, because that's really toxic and that's behavior we don't like in 2020. You can show love in so many ways on Valentine's Day that doesn't involve you having a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a person or a fiance, you know. And I think it's very important for everyone to realize that, and everyone to realize that if you don't love and respect yourself, it doesn't matter if you have someone in your life anyway, because you are the only one who lives in your head. So if you don't love and respect yourself, then you're wasting your time. And yes, I'm being frank, but that's literally how I feel. Before we finish this video off, I'm just gonna add on some more blusher. I hope you enjoyed the makeup look that I created with 99.9% the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk collection and 99.9% Charlotte Tilbury makeup in general. I think Charlotte Tilbury is a stunning brand for Valentine's Day, and I mean, if you want to treat yourself to some Charlotte Tilbury makeup for Valentine's Day, I'll link absolutely everything in the description box for you, because I love you. you know, it's Valentine's Day, I'm spreading the love. You can spread the love so many ways. So I hope you enjoyed this look I created. I actually really like it. And yeah, thank you so much guys for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below how you're gonna show yourself love this Valentine's Day, and let's spread the love. You know, you don't have to be in a relationship to spread love. Take home point. If you are new to my channel, if you have never been here before, I have so many videos that you can binge watch. If you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe. I say that in every video. If you've made it to the end of this video, if you've watched me talking about self-love for this long, I'm pretty sure you like my personality and you want to subscribe. Yeah? Okay, great. I will see you in the next video. But for now, goodbye.